Everyone. This is my watch list for Thursday, May 14th. Alright, so what happened yesterday? SPY sold in the pre-market based on that hot PPI, but we wound up holding that demand, that 736 demand off the open. Remember, Brett and I talked about this very important key level, and we held it and wound up squeezing shorts again and breaking all-time highs. So we broke the 741 level, and now today we're gapping up slightly again. Alright. So what's the key level going into today's session? It's 741. This is the previous all-time high. Can either look for pullback longs off of 741, or if we get below 741, can look for failures back into 736. As simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less. I wouldn't look for rejects anywhere up here because this is just price discovery. We don't have any levels. There's no technical levels up here. All right. We could look at ES. Maybe like the 7,500, you could look for, reactions off of that. But again, it's not, there's no guarantee level because we're at all-time highs, okay? It's better to look for either demand bounces off of that previous all-time high, 741, or if we fail back below 741, can look for shorts, okay? QQQ, gapping up slightly, very low. It's basically just a yesterday's high, right? But the same thing happened, right? I talked about the 705 level with Brett on pre-market yesterday. We held the 705, reclaimed 710, and basically just another session of intraday shorts getting squeezed, all right? I don't think that swing shorts are getting squeezed, but intraday shorts have been getting squeezed past couple of days. But we are starting to see signs of selling. There is some weakness coming in, and I think the swing shorts are going to start getting paid pretty soon here, okay? But we are back above 714, okay? So 714 was previous all-time high, and that's the level you want to watch today, right? If we get back under 714, can look for shorts into 710. If we get under 710, can look for shorts into 705, all right? If we hold 714, there is a potential for, one more possible gamma squeeze, right? Most of the gamma is expiring on Friday, which is tomorrow, okay? So there is potential that we squeeze a little bit one more time before a big sell, but I do think some pretty sharp corrections are coming in the market within the next week or so. Okay, all right. So that's SPY and QQQ. Now let's take a look at some individuals. Apple gapping up. Not really watching anything on this. Brett and I did talk about the 295 level yesterday, though, right? We talked about the breakout of 295 for longs, pushing to 300. Brett caught a nice move on this, and that was a good trade, right? Today, I'm not watching anything on Apple, okay? But AMD, I am. AMD's gapping down. It's down 1.4%, okay? And we're back into this big demand, right? This is a very big level here. This 430. This is where we bounced on Tuesday, and this was the wick highs from over here. If we lose this today, then we have room all the way down to 400. I mean, this is a potential $30 drop on AMD if we lose this support today. So I am watching for, do we break down below 430? We have room into 400, okay? Amazon, I'm not really watching anything on Amazon. However, it did reclaim that 268. So I will say, be careful shorting if this is above 268. If we get back below 268, could look for shorts on that, all right? Google, super overextended. I'm not watching anything on this. Let me just show you the weekly. There's your weekly chart, monthly chart, super overextended. We can't trade names like this. Just way too overextended. Meta does have a gap fill over 620. So I don't really trade Meta, but potentially Rav may take this. I'm not sure. Over like 624, which was the high from Thursday. 624 has gap fill all the way back to 650, honestly. Very, very big potential move on Meta, but I don't know. With market being at all-time highs and some weakness starting to come in, it may just stay within this range. Netflix did exactly what I talked about on the pre-market yesterday. Remember I said 86.50, dip and rip? Look at this chart. That's exactly what happened, right? We dipped off the open, we held, and we ripped all session. Netflix was a crazy move yesterday. Nvidia is gapping up just a little bit. Let's see, 1.5%. It was up higher. It's starting to just give back the gain. I saw in the news that the U.S. Commerce, right, approved H200 chips to be sold to 10 different firms in China, okay? Okay, the U.S. approved it. That doesn't mean that once they are trying to export it to Beijing, that doesn't mean that Beijing is going to import those chips, right? They can cause lots of problems. I mean, this has already happened. This is like old news, right? We already knew this, that the U.S. was okay with it. But China, I don't think they're quite as okay with it as the U.S. is, okay? So Nvidia could potentially just fade this whole move and give this back. I mean, honestly, that's kind of old news, okay? Previous day high is 228. I would not be looking at shorts unless we got back below 228. And then the big level is 222. If we break back below 222, then this can go all the way back to 215, okay? But that's something I can potentially watch on Nvidia, but it's not my top watch. PLTR did exactly what I said yesterday. I can't believe I missed Netflix and PLTR because I was watching SPY under 736. What a clown, right? Anyway, 133 was the level I mentioned on pre-market with Brett, and we broke below 133, and this was just a beautiful short all the way down to 129. What can you watch on Palantir today? You can watch for retest shorts at 133, right? We broke below the range, so you can watch for this to come back up, test to 133, fail it, and continue down lower, because this does have room, right? Now, I wouldn't be aggressively shorting like below 129, because we do have some pretty big demand down here, like 126. You could still get a little bit of delta out of this, but yeah, just be aware that we have major demand in the 126 to 125 area, okay? All right, and then finally Tesla. Tesla's super strong. Tesla, potential gamma squeeze over 450. 452 is really the level I'm watching. That was the high from yesterday, pre-market high. Highs from back here. If we get over 452, I mean, this really has room into like 470, this area up here. And then if 470 breaks, it can go all the way up into 490, 500, okay? And Tesla's been lagging the market a bit, so this actually does have a lot of potential. So let's see what happens off the open today. But that's my watch. We have some data coming up here shortly. Let's see what happens, guys. It's going to be an eventful next week. All right, between the next couple of sessions today and then next Wednesday, Nvidia reports earnings. Okay, it's going to be very eventful next week. So good luck, practice risk management. See you guys in a bit.